And we have arrived. Day 21. Here we are. What happened to time? It simply passed and we did something about it. As I've said before, the way you started is definitely not the way that you are finishing. And whatever the feeling that is coming up for you as we are coming to a conclusion, a resolution, an end, a meeting of a goal, I want you to hold that throughout the time that we're going to spend here together today. And as we said yesterday, transform it into whatever you choose to going forward. Day 21 is about demonstration, which is to clearly show the existence of truth, your truth, by giving proof or evidence. And how do we do this? Well, we simply express ourselves. And what happens when we express ourselves? There's movement. And when we see movement, we get a new perspective. We have evidence. We gain perspective. And this subtle shift that occurs when we express ourselves and we observe is a degree of separation. That degree of separation is enough perspective to help you make the next decision. And we do this over and over and over again until we have completed a full 360-degree loop. And we return back to where we started. This is the spiral staircase. We are ascending the spiral staircase. This is what's known as the hermeneutic circle. Starting with a concept, breaking it down into all of its components, and then putting it back together. Today's the day that we put ourselves back together. And in order to put ourselves back together, we are required to be a little bit more conscious, a little bit more awake. And what is consciousness? Well, it's as simple as noticing that who you are, what you do, is fundamental. And who you are and what other people do is also fundamental. And that with all sides together, there's an expression of your truth that belongs, that is meant to be there. If you can feel that, then you will have arrived at a higher degree of consciousness. Something important today is to acknowledge that behind our awareness, our consciousness, there is our unconscious self. The unconscious self is what we have called the reflexive self, the one that is simply doing. Our unconscious self, our reflexive self, is the one that is mostly influenced by cultures, societies, systems, religions. And although we belong, it doesn't belong to us. underlying our unconscious expression, our reflexive expression, there's our potential. There is all that could be, was, and is. And this is where we live. We live in the subconscious. This is where we all unite. And what we have done in the last 21 days is explore these three levels of consciousness: the subconscious, the unconscious, and now the superconscious. The beauty of arriving at a place of consciousness, even if it's just oh so subtle, is that now you have choice. And what is choice? Well, choice is free will. Free will is a gift that you receive when you are able to move past the conditioning of your unconscious and subconscious selves. And today is the day to celebrate that we have arrived there, that now we have the opportunity to use that little clarity to move forward. And how is this showing us, giving us proof or evidence of truth? Well, because our movements, which are based on our feelings and our needs, is an expression of what is alive in us in this moment, in a perfect alignment from our subconscious through our unconscious into our conscious, our super conscious. Now, there are a few principles that some of you have heard before, but I think are key for continuing to express ourselves towards our potential, our goals, our highest self. And the first one is to treat others, that which we do, and that which we are, with respect. I want you to embody respect. And I want you to hold respect towards yourself, what you do, and others at the forefront. I want you to exercise respect at all times. The second principle is assuming positive intent. Knowing that anything that we do, we chose to do because we are trying to get a need met. And whether that had positive or negative outcomes, that it came from a place of the inner need to sense fulfillment, completion. And now we have a choice to do it a little different. The third principle is strengths and skills. We all have them. Our new level of awareness is focused on our unique strengths and skills, our unique expression of those strengths and skills. Use them. They're there for a reason. And they are, as I said, fundamental. Not more fundamental than others, not less, simply fundamental, foundational. It's the ground on which we stand. And then finally, the fourth principle is keeping others and yourself empowered. In power. It's noticing the fire that's inside. That which you know cannot be put out. That which is the spark that keeps you coming back. It keeps you waking up in the morning and it keeps you going. And to realize that you have a say in where that fire, that source of energy is directed. And as you continue to direct it, wherever you may be going, to realize that every single moment that feels dissatisfying or incomplete or like a failure is a chance. It's a chance for reconciling. And the best way to reconcile, in my opinion, is by following the Hawaiian way of ho'oponopono, which is to simply say, sorry, please forgive me. Thank you for showing me. I am grateful that I can see now who I was and who I am becoming. I appreciate it. I see the value over time. And then finally saying, I love you. And I love you being leaning in. And in today's journaling for day 21, this is what we're going to do. We're going to write our little day 21 at the top, our date, and you're going to do this. You're simply going to have a blank canvas. There are no more prompts, no more guidance, no more directions. It is up to you. And in closing, it's not enough to journal. It's not enough to practice. It's not enough to pontificate or have conversation. It's going to require a demonstration, a full demonstration, a complete demonstration, a successful demonstration, one which produces progress in order to see the changes that you're seeking. Furthermore, that you are creating and attracting. So my encouragement here is that the insight, the confusion that has come from the last 21 days, that you can use it as a bridge to see that which needs work in the world and notice that that lives in you. And to begin to work with that. And when doing that, again and again and again, slowly but surely, you become the change that you want to see. With that being said, day 21 is complete. The process is complete. It is up to you to make it successful. I'll see you all on the other side. Happy weekend. Thank you for being here.